Another toss won by Ben, and he's chucked you the ball again. Were you expecting that this morning, the sort of rinse and repeat?
I thought there was a chance with Ben. I think look, it's a decision we commit to, and once the decision's made, we'll buy in and try and do the best job for the team. I think we looked at the wicket this morning, and there was a little bit of grass still on it, and thought if it was going to do a bit, it would be first up. And I think, to be honest, it actually did, and I think it could have been justified because we could have easily had them 33.
And you looking at the score at Stumps there, it's 300 and odd for 5, and last week it was 360 for 3. With what you did last week and in other games, do you look at that scoreboard and feel just quite relaxed about it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think a great day would have been 300 for 7 today. If we'd have put 2 more on it in that last session, would have been a very, very good day for us, and what's a very good batting surface from what we've seen today. So, I don't think we actually look at it and say it's probably been a very good day. Obviously, we've got to bowl well in the morning, and hopefully if we can break this partnership where they've played really well, if we can break that, all of a sudden, you're into the towel, and hopefully we can, get batting as soon as possible.
And you obviously started this morning in pretty good rhythm, but were you cursing umpire's call a bit? You were pretty close a few times.
You could say that. Pretty frustrating morning, really. I think they're decisions which can obviously go your way or not. That is the game we play. But obviously emotions run high when you're desperate to do well for the team, do well for yourself, and it would have been nice, as I said. It's more the fact that you look at it and had those decisions gone our way, the day looks completely different. So, but that is Test cricket, and we move on.
We'll take Matt at the back of the room. Just raise your voice. Thank you.
I think cricketers are saying that Gill's century had the least number of, the least full shot percentage on record in England, 4%. Did it feel like that? Like a reflection of how it felt for you?
I thought he played very well. It's a very good 100. A big one for his team. It felt like we were close to getting him a couple of times LBW where he got a little inside edge on it. You probably, other than those, it felt like he was in control of pretty much everything and played very well. Credit to him.
Have you felt grumpy on the field?
There's probably been a few, I'm sure, over the years, but that was up there. I'll say that, yeah.
Okay, we'll go Will and then Matt next to you, please.
Chris, can I just ask about your relationship with this ground, given you grew up locally and, played so much cricket here and your family have watched you so many times here, all those kind of things. Is taking wickets for England here more special than elsewhere?
I'd say so. Yeah, I mean, obviously, across a career, you don't get that many games at your home venue. I think this might be my 4th or 5th Test match here, 4th. So, it's not a load. Played a fair amount of white ball cricket for England here, but from a Test match point of view, to play this my 4th, at the age I am, I clearly don't come around too often. So they're really special weeks. Obviously, you have a lot of friends and family in the ground, and I've got a love for Warwickshire, which goes deep, and it's all I've ever known. My whole professional career's been here. I was here before this stand was here, so I've seen it change, and obviously there's a lot of people behind the scenes which support you through the good times and the bad, and it's a special week to be playing here at Edgbaston. It really is.
And we spoke to you earlier this week and mentioned your dad dying last year. Did you kind of, especially here, just kind of afford him a little moment when you take a wicket and things like that? Yeah,
definitely. He's always on my mind. That's for sure. There's moments where you certainly think about him, and he loved his cricket, and he would have loved this week.
Chris, could I just ask about the Reddy dismissal specifically? Obviously, it was pretty similar to that second umpire's call one. Was that a mode of dismissal you were very much sort of felt like you were working towards, sort of trying to go a bit wider and angling it in, nipping it in?
Yeah, it felt like the stumps were in play all day. That's the way it felt on that wicket. Didn't feel like a massive nick-off wicket, to be honest. Didn't feel like it had the pace in it for that. So it felt like the stumps and the LBW was the bigger dismissal. So it was something which we were looking for. Yeah, basically, I think it was trying to find the right length that allowed you to be full enough not to get driven, but still bring the stumps in play, if that makes sense.
Take 3 more. Mike Walters and then 2 more on this side. Go ahead, Mike.
Chris, you're a football fan, so you understand the vagaries of VAR in football. On days like today, are you still grateful that cricket's umpire's call is the worst that could happen to you?
I need to be careful because I've had some go my way over the years. So on a day like this, it is frustrating. But I think in general, DRS has been good for the game. I think a lot more right decisions are given. The only thing I would like to come in, if a batsman decides to leave the ball and it's still hitting the stumps, I think that should be out, regardless if it's clipping or not.
Chris, Yashasvi was here a few minutes ago. He said that a little less seam movement here and a little less bounce. How do you see this wicket going forward? And is there any reverse swing in offer? Do you think that it will eventually come into the game?
Reverse swing potentially. As long as it stays dry over the next few days, it could play a part at some point. I think. I don't think the temperatures are going to get as hot as what it had been potentially, but it's something which may come into the game, especially if more spins bowled. But I think the surface will remain good, I'd have thought, for batting, especially for the first 4 days. I'd be amazed if it changes too much. But as you said, maybe a bit more spin might come into the game towards the back end.
And last one here in the middle, please.
Chris, you've obviously seen this batsman play in the IPL. They're more flamboyant kind of players. Was it surprising for you to see them playing this dogged kind of cricket today, or was it just the pitch here that?
No, I think they tried to just play the situation. I think we're used to obviously teams scoring at a higher run rate, but through that middle session, I thought we bowled well at them and didn't allow them to get away. I think it's anything the way they decided to play. I think we bowled well, and they just played accordingly, to be honest.